Now that we've set up the quilt frame, I want to show it to you working. I want to show you how the handles work. I want to show you how the machine works and the carriages work. I want to show you this set up in motion. In this case, the operator has her hands on the handles and she's guiding the carriages. Now, it doesn't look like a whole lot of movement, and that's because the quilting process is not this huge fast thing generally. In this sequence here, I'm showing you some details of the operator's hands on the carriage, moving it and doing the machine quilting. Now, you'll notice he's really not moving a whole lot. That's because the quilting itself isn't a huge fast process. It goes fairly slow. In this case, the operator's kind of doing a stippling effect. Now, while I'm talking and with it still running, I'm going to slowly move it up to the machine level so you can see what's going on right on the quilt. So as you can see, in this case, we've chosen to use a dark color thread and actually make a thread as part of the artwork on this quilt, on this border that she's working on. Okay, now I've got the focusing now down again with the operator with their hands on the handles and with the carriages being moved. I want to just hold it here for a minute so you can see the track movement and the carriage movements on the track and how this is working. It really is quite smooth and it really is quite simple. Now in this case, the operator's decided she wanted to move down a ways, do a little bit more work on this pattern area that she's working on with the colored thread. So I'm just gonna apologize for a little bit of bumpiness. We're doing the handheld thing here, moving up and down to show you the details, but I want to just be quiet now for a minute and let you watch it in process. Now here you can see it's going a bit faster, but now look, as I go down on the carriage, we'll stop now for just a minute and look at some other sequences. Okay, so the operator here is just doing more stippling work with the colored thread on the borders of her pattern. I want you to see this in operation. Now, I apologize for the bumpiness, but I'm going to move the camera now down below so you can see the tracking carriage working and how how it works. And I want to tell you something about the carriages. Okay, so now we're going down below. Okay, you can see the hands on the handle and the carriage is moving. Now look at the top carriage wheels. You see them moving back and forth a little bit. The same with the bottom carriage. Do you realize that they're not even making a full rotation of the wheel? So there's absolutely no reason whatsoever to have binding problems on the bottom tracks. You're going fairly slow, and yet the machine we're using is a Juki. It's a TL98E. It'll do 1500 threads per minute, 1500 stitches per minute, excuse me. And let me show you how fast it's actually happening on top. Again, here we go. We're moving up top, and I'm sorry, that was really shaky getting off the ground. But look at this. Operator here has really been filling in a lot of area fast. And as she does it, I move back and forth so you can see how little the carriage itself actually moves. those wheels, and like I said before, these are the ones I use. They're my favorite. The larger diameter rubberized type of wheel are really smooth. They carry the weight of this big machine, and they're just great. But look, they're making, you know, the top carriage maybe partial rotations. Now the bottom carriage, again, she's going way back and forth, but look how slow it moves. You got to go a long ways even to make a rotation, a whole rotation of that wheel. All right, up top again. And look how much has been accomplished. I'm going to point my finger clear from down here. Look, all this area has been with this fine little stippling work done to it. Okay, I just wanted to show you this because some individuals have had issues with tracks and with binding. It is not an issue. Thanks. Now, you see the carriage moving? Some of our users have had issues with track binding, and it's because they're doing them too tight. What you're looking at right now is you're seeing this operate. Do you notice the lower track? Nope, I took the thing off. Completely took the lower track off to show that you don't even need it if you don't want to use it. From now on, I'm calling the tracks optional because you can use them or not use them. Works either way. I like them because they make kind of a nice guide, but if there's a binding problem, forget it. Take them off. The thing just rolls along on the table just fine. Realizing that you have the components of your quilting system, or you have end frames that hold the quilt rolls in place while your machine does the quilting. Your machine has to move back and forth to do the quilting. Do you have to have it on a track? No, you don't. The most important is the track from the top carriage to the bottom carriage. That is the only important thing. And when I sell the components, they come together, they're match fit. That's the only tight fit of carriage and tracks that are necessary. So your own choice. Either use tracks or forget it. Don't use them. In this case, we've showed you both ways, using the track and not using the track. Hope this helps.